This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good morning. I hope you're able to hear me. So before starting the functions, I just wanted to touch this data querying language because I wanted to explain about the functions with the select statement. So because of that reason, let's have a basic introduction about this data querying language. So this is uh, one of the language like DML. We have a DQL. So data querying language. It is used to pull the data from table or from view. So you can pull the data from the view or you can pull the data from the table. So you can do from both of them. Okay, so if you wanted to bring the data from the any table or a view, then we are going to use the data querying language. So it is used to read the data from this two items. To read the data from table, either from table or view, we can use select statement. So we are going to use the select statement. How the syntax is going to be there. So basic select statement, I'm just going to give basic select statement. Select. We can give a star. Guys, able to hear me? You're able to hear me, right?
Yeah, you are, but attendee two, I think you can't hear.
Not getting.
Yeah, he's replying in chat.
Okay, so Tanuja is not getting.
I think her mic is off. Is it
Yeah, yeah,
like that?
that is from her only. Your mic. Okay, so select and star represent all columns or list of columns. I'm going to say list of columns from table name. So if it is a table, then we are going to say table name, or if it is a view, then we are going to say view name. So this is the basic select statement. Complete select statement, I'm just giving complete select statement. The same to same we are going to have here. Apart from that, we are going to have a where class. So what is where? We are going to talk about it. Where, and then we are going to have a condition. How we are going to frame the condition? We are going to say how we are going to frame the condition. We are going to say about that, and then we are going to have a group by and list of columns. We are going to have whatever the list of columns in the select statement in the list of the select columns, the same list of columns we are going to keep it here, and then having we are going to have a condition. So what is the use of this having class? We are going to talk about it, and finally you are going to have a order by. So whatever the columns you required to order it, you can specify that. So this is the complete select statement. So it's very important in interview, there is a more chances to ask how it is going to be written. First, we need to write the select, followed by from, where, group by, having, order by. Okay, so you cannot move this order by into this particular place, because the order is, you should follow the order. The last statement in the select statement should be order by. If it is not available, that's fine. But if it is available, that should be at the end of the line, end of the place. So when we see the practical, then you can understand how it is going to be there. So star represents all columns from the table. Star represents all columns from the table or view. Okay. So in some places you can write the star, and some places we are going to write the list of columns. Yeah, any question? Now, I wanted to read the data from the employee table. I wanted to read the data from employee table for all the columns. Okay. So how we are going to write it? Let's open SQL Server Management Studio. Let's connect it. Expand the databases. I'm just taking data store. Hit a new query. Reading data from employee table for all columns. So how you are going to write is select from. So I always recommend, before writing the list of columns, just write the way I'm going to write it. Select from table name. So what is the name of the table that we need to write it? So when I say all columns, you can write star. So star represents all columns. If I execute this statement, you're reading it. You're not modifying anything. You're not disturbing the data. You're just reading data from the table. If I execute this, now I can see the data. You can see the data, how data is there. Okay. So I'm just going to I'm just going to have a separate table for this. So just give me a moment. I'll find that a script. Let me do one thing. So I'm just going to truncate this table. Let's drop this table and I'm just going to recreate it. So I'm having less volume of data to explain about the select statement. So because of that reason, I'm just taking out. So here I have a created table, employee number. We know already how we can create a table. Employee name, job, hire date is a date data type, salary is a money data type, commission is a money again, DPT number is the department number. So that is a integer data type. I'm just taking this copy. So let's execute this statement. I'm going to create a new table. Now no data is available in this particular statement. So for practicing point of view, we need to feed some data here. Some sample data I'm just feeding. So multiple statements with comma separator we already seen in the last sessions how we can feed the data into the table. Let's execute this. So 12 rows were loaded into this table. If I execute now, you can see we are going to read the data from particular table. So I need this data here. So because of that reason, I just feeded this data directly. So I wanted to read the data from all the columns. That is what we have seen. Now I don't need all columns. I wanted to get specific columns. If I wanted to get data for specific columns, then how you're going to get it? So just observe here, reading data from table with the specific columns. So both I'm showing. So whatever you feel as per your requirement, you can take accordingly. I already told you select from table name. The table name is what? Employee. And here we need to list the list of columns. So two syntaxes that we have seen, right? For basic select statement, list of columns. If you need all columns, you can say star. And if you need any specific columns, so taking data for specific columns is the best practices at the time of working. In 10%, we can also go with the star also. Okay. But I'm just going to take you through both of them. Whatever it is suitable for your requirement, you can choose that. So I wanted to take the data for few of the columns. Let's say employee number, employee name, job, salary. So this 4 columns, 4 and 5 columns, I'm going to take it. Just observe employee number, EMP number, e-name, job, salary, and DPT number. So it is coming something like red color, right? So if you feel basically there is no error here, but it looks like an error. So what you have to do is you just go to the query and you can find there is a IntelliSense enabled. So just enter it. Automatically it is going to be detected. Okay. Now you cannot feel there is an error. Basically there is no error. If I execute this statement, it is going to take the data from the selected columns. From this table, all data for selected columns. So read all data, read complete data from table with specific columns. So this is how we are going to write it. Now, so this line is done. The basic select statement is completed. Then here we have a few more things. This is the one, where class. How we are going to use the where class. So what is the use of this where? In Power Query, if you remember, we talked about data filtering. So data filtering means what? It is used to restrict the data based on the condition. Data filtering is used to restrict the data based on the condition. In the same way, the where class we can call it as a class. So where class is used to restrict the data based on condition. So if condition is satisfied, it comes into the output. If condition is failed, then it is not going to get it. So since we talked about the data filtering as part of the Power Query, I'm not going to talk about specifically what it is. So basically, I just wanted to say where class is used to filter the data from the table or view. It is used to filter, or we can say restrict data from the table or view. If the condition is satisfied, if the condition is succeeded, then it will come into else it will be discarded. So if the condition is satisfied, then only it is going to get it. To frame the condition, the way we talked about more in detail, we already talked about all those details. So I'm not going to talk much more here. To frame the condition, we need to use the following syntax. Column name, operator, and value. So this is the syntax. We have come across the operators. Now, I wanted to bring the data here for department number 10 only. I wanted to bring the data for department number 10 only. So read the data from the employee table with the specific columns if they are working in department number 10. So if they are working under the department number 10, then I wanted to bring the data. So same to same query, I'm just going to take it here. And then we need to use the where class. So if there is a condition in the requirement, then we are going to use the where class. Where. So what is the syntax? Column name. Column name is what? Department number. Let's take a department number. Operator equals to 10. In Power Query also we have done the same kind of requirement. Same kind of requirement we came across it. That is gender equal to male or gender equal to female, that we came across it. So here also is the same to same. There we are doing without writing the condition, but when it comes to SQL, we are writing the code. That is the only difference. Let's execute this particular statement. Now I can see data for only department number 10. I wanted to see the data. I wanted to read the data from department number 10 and department number 20 also. Read data from employee if employees are working in department number 10 and 20. So both department details I wanted to get it. So if I wanted to get department details from department number 10 and department number 20, how it is going to be there is So here I'm taking department number equal to 10. This is fine. Up to here I'm very good. And department number 20 means this is 10, and I'm just going to have one more query. This is for 20. If I execute only this statement, you are going to get 4 records, and this one is 2 records. Total 6 records we need to get it. So this is one condition, and this is one condition. We talked about this kind of concept in Power Query. If I have a condition 1 and condition 2, if I have a condition 1 and condition 2, if I wanted to join the two conditions, if I wanted to join the two conditions, we are going to use logical operators. So here also we have a same to same logical operators. We can use logical OR operator or logical AND operator. So how do you know which operator we need to use? We talked about it at the time of data filtering. You just go through that again so that you can understand how we can frame the conditions. So condition 1 and condition 2. To join the conditions, we are going to use logical OR operator and logical AND operator. So what is the purpose of logical OR operator and what is the purpose of logical AND operator? We came across more in detail as part of the Power Query. So concept is same, so I'm not going to touch. And how we can frame the condition. Here, this is the one condition. I just said, this is one condition and this is another condition. So this will come to here. This will go to here. So in between that, we need to use logical OR operator or logical AND operator. So here the business requirement is demanding to satisfy either one of the condition. If the business requirement is demanding to satisfy either one of the condition, then we are going to use logical OR operator. That is what we talked about it. Go through the Power Query data filtering concepts so that you can understand how we can frame the conditions. Now I'm just going to show you how we can handle this. Let's take out this. The second condition is what? Logical OR operator. You can write even small case characters, uppercase character, because SQL is not a case sensitive. Whereas in Power Query, the Power Query is 100% case sensitive. Department number equal to 20. This is one condition and this is another condition. And between that, we have a logical OR operator. Let's execute this statement. Now you can see all the records we are getting. All the records we are getting. This is how we are going to write as many conditions as you want. You can go and take it. And I wanted to see the data in the department number 30. Sorry, if department number in department number 10, I wanted to see who, in department number 20, I wanted to see the persons who are working as a clerk. Get the employee details. If they are working as clerks in the department number 10, sorry, department number 20. In department number 20, I wanted to say the persons who are working as a clerks. So two conditions are there here again. One is a clerks and other is a department number 10. One is a clerks and other is a department number 10. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to take up to here. So since it is the same, I'm just taking to save the time. So this is going to give the complete data, but I wanted to take the persons who are working as a clerks in the department number 20. So that means what? This condition has to be satisfied and this condition also has to be satisfied. Your business requirement is demanding to satisfy both of the conditions. If the business requirement is demanding to satisfy both of the conditions, we are going to use logical AND operator. So let's write a where clause where job equals to clerk. Up to here, if I execute, we can say irrespective of the department, we can say here in the department number 30 also we have a clerk, but I need a department number 20 also. If we can give R and department number equals to 20, then we are going to get a wrong result. This is not the requirement I'm expecting. I'm expecting the persons who are working as a clerks in the department number 20. If that is the case, we need to use AND operator, because this condition has to be satisfied and this condition also has to be satisfied. If the business requirement demands to satisfy multiple conditions or all the conditions, then we are going to use logical AND operator. So that is what we talked about it. Let's execute it. Now you can see only department number 20 and who are working as clerk. So two clerks are there in the department number 20. Next, so get the employee details. If the employees are getting less than 2000 salary. So if the employee is getting less than 2000, then I wanted to get those details. Same to same again. Select statement up to here is very much common. The basic select statement, wherever you go, it is very much similar. The list of columns depends on the table is going to change. So do not think that I'm taking only one table. Whatever the table you wanted to take, you can take that. I'm just going to say where salary, it is related to salary. This is the column. Salary less than 2000. If the salary is less than 2000, then I wanted to get it. Let's execute now. Now, if you can observe this, in all the places you're having salary is less than 2000. So I wanted to get greater than 2000. I wanted to get employee details if they're getting more than 2000. So same to same query, the operators are going to be changed. In Power Query, we have a direct options to change greater than, less than. You have a user interface clicks you can do to get the result. But here we need to write the code. Instead of saying less than, I'm just going to say greater than. We're all aware of all these symbols, all these operators. Now you can see every employee is getting greater than 2000. I wanted to say the persons who are getting between the range of the salary, starting from 2000 until 3000. I wanted to get it. So you can write something like this: get employee details if the employees are getting salary from 2000 to 3000. So here the range is there, the range of the salary you're trying to get it, the range of the salary you're trying to get. If I execute this, you're going to get all the data, but starting from 2000 till 3000 I wanted to get it. The first is salary greater than or equal to 2000 salary less than or equal to 3,000. So two conditions are there, condition 1 and condition 2. A business requirement is demanding to get the range of the data. To get the range of the data, or to get if the business requirement demands to satisfy both of the conditions, or if the business requirement is demanding to get the range of the data 100%, we are going to use logical AND operator. Logical AND operator we are going to use in between two conditions. So let's have this. We are going to use this. In SQL also we have a between operator. If you remember, in Power BI we talked about it, between. Between also I'm going to show you how it is going to be there. But performance point of view, using this approach is the better approach. Instead of going with between, you can go with directly with this particular approach, where salary greater than 2,000 and salary less than or equal to 3,000. Now I'm just going to execute this. Now you can see how we are going to get it. The persons who are getting greater than 2,000 till 3,000. So we got the data for this range, right? Salary greater than or equal to 2,000 and logical AND operator, salary less than or equal to 3,000. So this part we brought the data. Apart from this side also we have some data, and this side also we have some data. So that means the data which is not coming under the range, whatever the data is available, I wanted to say the data which is not coming under the range. If that is the case, then we are going to use logical NOT operator. So if I keep this entire thing in a bracket, in front of that I'm just going to say not, then it is going to give excluding this data is going to be given. I'm just going to say same to same. I'm just copying. Get employee details if they are not getting salary from 2,000 to 3,000. If I say not only here, this is going to give a wrong result. You have to keep that in a bracket. You have to keep that inside the bracket. Let's execute now. Now you can see 9 rows are there. If you don't have a bracket, then 8 rows are there. If you have something like this, it's a wrong result. So one of them is missing. What is that? Here 5,000 is missing. 5,000 is also out of the range. So because of that reason, we're always going to keep that inside the bracket to apply the negative operation. The same kind of approach I talked about as part of the data filtering in Power Query. How we can modify the formula as part of that. So this kind of approach we used to do many times at the time of working. So just have a look on this approach. Let's execute this select statement, basic select statement, and I wanted to bring the higher date also into this place. There is a column called higher date. Let's execute again this statement. Now you can see there is a higher date. I have a data for 2017, 2018, 2019. I wanted to see the data for 2017. I wanted to see data for 2017. So just observe here, get employee details. If they joined in the year of 2017. Here I don't have a year column. If I have a year column, then I can get it easily. I can say year equal to 2017. But I'm not having the year column, I'm having the date column. I'm having date column. So even if you have a date column also, you can get it. So starting date and ending date. What is the starting date and what is the ending date? Higher date is greater than or equal to 01-01-2017 and higher date less than or equal to, so dates will be enclosed in a single quote. Date will be enclosed in a single quote. I'm just taking same format. Let's say 12/31, 2017. So range of the data here also. So whoever joined starting from January 2017 till December 31st, 2017 will be treated as employees who joined in the year of 2017. Okay, so let's have a look how I'm going to do it. Where higher date greater than or equal to 01-01-2017 and same higher date less than or equal to 12/31/2017. So I'm just going to execute this statement. So there are only two employees are there. With 2017, if I execute only select statement, basic select statement, so 2017 is one record, 2017 is one record, 2017 is one record. So total two records. You have to verify that also. If it is working fine, then it is well and good. So this is working perfectly. It is working. So we are getting data for 2017. If I wanted to get for 2018, it's very simple. So wherever there is a 17, that in that particular place you can go and give 18. So there is a between. I'm just going to talk about it. It is used to specify range of the numbers or range of dates. So to get the data from one range to another range, you can also use the between. But performance point of view, using this operators is going to get better performance when you compare with between. So when you write a code, if they ask in the interview to write a SQL code, do not go and write this between. But if they ask specifically about this, then you can say about it. So same to same, I'm just going to take, let's take basic select statement only. Let's execute this. All data we are getting, and I'm going to write the where class, where salary between 2000 and 3000. If I execute this statement, then we are going to get the same result. You can cross verify that. All right, above number range query, number range and the date range queries with between. Same to same, I'm just taking this also. So here what it is going to do, I'm just going to take out this hire date, starting date and ending date. So this is also going to give a same result. Sorry, between I have to give hire date between. Let's execute now. You can see. So 2 records only we got it right. Even if I execute this, we are getting only 2 records. Same to same we are getting even with the between also. Even with between also we are getting same result. Now I wanted to get the persons who are we already used the text filters, right? So in this particular requirements, so whatever we talked about this data filtering. So data filtering, we use the number filters here, and text also we have used how we can filter the data if the data is related to text. And we also seen the dates also how we can feed the how we can get the data for dates. So dates also will be enclosed in a single quotes, but your SQL server is going to identify this is not a text, this is a date, because we have a formatted, we have a format of the data. So because of that reason, it is going to be identified. Let me take this entire code. So I hope everyone is practicing SQL Server, right? If you don't practice it, there is no use of saying all this. So how many of you started practicing? So tomorrow I'm going to ask a few questions from this place. Okay, so please go through till whatever it has happened. I'll upload yesterday and today's session. Go through all the SQL. I'm going to give a few questions on the employee table. Okay. So I'm stopping here. Tomorrow I'm going to touch the functions. Any question before stopping? Okay then. Thank you for joining. We'll see you on tomorrow.